Welcome to Data Communication and Networking Online Lecture. Myself, Nima Naval from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. In today's session, we are going to study the topic Carrier-sense multiple access protocols from the unit number 4, that is medium access layer. In previous session, we have considered one multiple access protocol, that is Aloha, in which we have seen two types of Aloha systems, that is pure Aloha and slotted Aloha. Now, in today's session, we are going to see carrier-sense multiple access protocols and their variants. Okay. So, first of all, let us consider the carrier-sense multiple access protocols. So, these are the protocols in which station listens for a carrier, that is a transmission or a data, and act accordingly, which is called as carrier sense protocols. That means it will sense in the channel whether the carrier or its data is transmitting or not before transmission of the further data. Okay. There are three types of carrier sense multiple access protocols. First one is persistent and non-persistent CSMA. The second one is CSMA-CD, that is CSMA with collision detection. And the third one is CSMA-CA, that is CSMA with collision avoidance. Here CSMA stands for Carrier Sense Multiple Access. Okay, let us see each of three in this detail. First one is persistent and non-persistent CSMA. Let us consider the first type in this, that is one persistent CSMA. So the protocol is called as one persistent because the station transmits with a probability of 1 when it finds the channel idle or else channel available. So whenever it has any available or free channel, it will transmit with the probability of 1, which is called as one persistent CSMA. Next is non-persistent CSMA. So in this, before sending, a station senses the channel. If no one else is sending, the station begins doing so itself. And if the channel is already in use, the station does not continually sense it. Instead of that, it waits for a random period of time and then repeats the algorithm. So that's why it is called as non-persistent CSMA. And the third one is P-persistent CSMA. So in this, when a station becomes ready to send, it senses the channel. If it is idle or available, it transmits with the probability P, and with a probability Q that is equals to 1 minus P, it differs until the next slot. That means it will wait for the next slot. Here we know that the addition of the probability is always 1. So here P plus Q will give 1. That's why we have taken the another probability other than Q. It is P, in which Q equals to 1 minus P. Okay. So these are the persistent and non-persistent CSMA, which includes one persistent CSMA, non-persistent CSMA, and P-persistent CSMA. Okay. Next is comparison of the channel utilization versus load for various random access protocols. Consider this diagram in which the graph is shown for G, that is attempts per packet time, versus S, that is throughput per packet time. Okay. So in this, the comparison is shown for 0.1 persistent CSMA, non-persistent CSMA, 0.01 persistent CSMA, 0.5 persistent CSMA, pure Aloha, slotted Aloha, and 1 persistent CSMA. Now in this we have seen 1 persistent CSMA, P persistent CSMA, and N persistent CSMA. So here the N, that is non-persistent CSMA, is shown over here. The 1 persistent graph or its response is shown over here, and the others are the various probability of this indicating P persistent. That means this indicates with the probability 0.1, this indicates with the probability 0.01, This indicates with the probability 0.5, right? So these three are the graph for P persistent CSMA, right? Now this is the graph of pure aloha and slotted aloha, which we have seen in the previous session, indicating G equals to 0.5 for the peak value in pure aloha and G equals to 1 for the peak value in slotted aloha, right? And others are indicating the different values of G with respect to S, okay? Now next, second one is CSMA CD, that is CSMA with collision detection. So as the name suggests, this multiple access protocols will detect if the collision occurs while the transmission, or else if the collision of frames occurs, it will detect. So in carrier sense multiple access with collision detection is a network protocol for carrier transmission that operates in the MAC layer, that is medium access control layer. Let us consider one diagram. So in CSMA CD there are 3 slots, or else you can say it will operate having 3 stages, or else 3 kind of slots. First one is transmission period, second one is contention period, and the third one is idle period. So here there are 3 periods. First one is transmission period, the second one is contention period, and the third one is idle period. Okay, so these are the 3 period slots for the CSMA CD. The first state, or its first period, is transmission period. So this is the time in which the frames are being transmitted, or else transmission is taking place. The second one is contention slot, that is a time period or time slot in between transmission of 2 consecutive frames. And the third one is idle slot or idle period, in which there is no transmission of frames occurs, in which the channel are available, or else you can say in idle state. So here as you can see, this indicates the transmission period, which has transmission of frame number 1 at time period T0. The transmission of frame number 1 is completed. So next is your contention period, or else you can say contention slots, in which it indicates that the second frame is about to start. These are again contention slots. Then after the frame number 3 is transmitted. So next is the idle period, in which there is no transmission is being processed. So this is called as idle period, and after that again the consecutive frames are transmitted. Okay. Now next is CSMA with CA, or else you can say with collision avoidance. In contrast to CSMA CD, that is carrier sense multiple access with collision detection, which deals with collisions after their occurrence, CSMA prevents the collisions prior to their occurrence. That means it will avoid the collisions. It will not only detect the collision, it will avoid that collisions. Okay. So if the channel is not clear, the node waits for a randomly chosen period of time and then checks again to see if the channel is clear. This period of time is called as the backoff factor and is counted down by a backoff counter. Okay, so this is the backoff factor. Now we will see the collision free protocols. There are 2 types of collision free protocols. First one is a bitmap protocol and the second one is binary countdown protocol. First one, let us consider the bitmap protocol. As the name suggests, this protocol will be using the mapping of a particular bits. So in the basic bitmap method, each contention period consists of exactly n number of slots. If station 0 has a frame to send, it transmits a 1 bit during the 0th slot. No other station is allowed to transmit during this slot. So regardless of what station 0 does, 193 stations or whatever it is, one gets the opportunity to transmit a 1 during slot 1, but only a frame has queued, right? So let us consider this, which will make the concept more clear. In this, these indicates the contention slots in which the mapping is occurred. That means, as you can see, there are 8 contention slots indicating the number of the slot. Whichever the slot is high, or else whichever the bit is 1, it indicates that the next frame is going to start of that particular number. That means over here the 1 slot is high, so it indicates that the next transmission of frame number 1 is to be done. Similarly, next is third contention slot is high, so it indicates that the next is the transmission of frame number 3. Next, slot 7 is high. This indicates that next frame number 7 is to be transmitted. So this is how the mapping of the frame is done according to the bit. That's why it is called as bit mapping protocol. Similarly, in the next contention slots, here as you can see, contention slot number 1 and 5 is high. So that indicates that the 1 frame number and 5 number frame is to be transmitted. In the next contention slot, 2 is high, so it indicates that the frame number 2 is to be transmitted. So this is how the contention slots are utilized, which is called as a bit map protocol. Okay. Next is binary countdown protocol. So consider this diagram over here to understand the binary countdown protocol. Let us consider over here that these 4 frames are to be transmitted. This is frame number 1, 2, 3 and 4 having these digits in this, right? So here what happens is, first of all it will compare those last bits. That means while transmission of these 4 bits simultaneously, it will give the priority to which frame, that is to be called as binary countdown protocol. So first, as you can see, it will compare the first 2 bits 0 and 0, 1 and 1. So here it will give the priority in which 1 bit is there rather than 0, right? So first of all it will compare this first most significant bit. As in frame number 1, the first bit is 0. In second it is also 0. So these 2 are discarded. Then these are 1. So these are to be passed first. But now as both have the first bit 1, it will compare the second bit. So in both of this, that is in frame number 3 and 4, the second bit are 0, 0. So again it will move to the next bit, that is third bit, and it will compare that third bits of the respective frame number 3 and 4. As indicated over here, it has bit 0 and in frame number 4 it has bit 1. So it will give the priority having bit 1. So it will first send the frame number 4 having bit sequences 1 0 1 0. So the priority will be like this. So it will send the first bit this, then the second frame, the third one, that is 1 0 0 1. Now from frame number 1 and 2, as the first bit are 0 in both the frames, it will now compare the second bit. So in second bit, frame number 1 has 0 and frame number 2 has 1. So it will give the priority having the 1. So now the third frame that is to be sent will be over here frame number 2, that is 0 1 0 0. And the last frame will be sent is 0 0 1 0. Okay, so this is how the binary countdown protocol works by comparing the binaries. Okay, here bit time is indicated with the bit indications 0 1 2 3, and this is the resulted frame which is given the priority. So here it is first 1 0 1 0. Okay, so these were the 2 collision free protocols, and I hope that it is clear to you now. These are the references. Thank you for listening.